system of governance. In this video, we will talk about the different system, the processes, and the composition that makes up the legislative system of the United Kingdom. Let's talk about who makes the law, how the laws are made, and the different aspects of the legislative system of the United Kingdom.
Let's start with this. The UK Parliament has two chambers. The House of Commons, where elected members of the Parliament or MPs sit, and the House of Lords, where appointed experts debate laws. Lords are appointed but experienced, and Commons are elected. There are 650 MPs in the Commons. They voted in by the people during general elections. Meanwhile, the Lords include life peers appointed for their achievements, bishops from the Church of England, and a handful of hereditary peers. Together, they make up one parliament, but their powers are different, and that's where things get interesting. So, how does a law start? It begins as an idea called a bill. A bill can come from the government or from an MP or lord in what's called a private member's bill. Most of laws comes from the government. They write the bill, then introduce it in either the House of Commons or the Lords. But the real magic happens in 7 stages. Yes, 7. On the first reading, this is like saying, hey, we've got a new idea. That bill's name is read out aloud, no debates, just a heads up. On the second reading, now things gets heated. MPs or lords debate the idea behind the bill. They ask, is this worth pursuing? If the majority says yes, the bill moves on. Now we proceed to the committee stage. This is where the real work happens. A group of MPs or lords goes through the bill line by line. They ask, is this word right? What if this happens? Can we add this clause? It is like editing a Wikipedia article, but with national consequences. On the next stage, we move on to the report stage. The edited version comes back, more debate, more possible changes, everyone gets a chance to suggest improvements. Now we move on to the third reading, the final version. Final review, if it passes, it goes to the other house, the Commons to the Lords or the Lords to the Commons. Steps happens again, yes, all of them. Both houses must agree on the final wording. If they don't, the bill goes back and forth, ping-pong style, until they do. Once both houses agree, the bill is sent to the monarch. This step is symbolic. The king doesn't say no. Once signed, it becomes a law. That's right. From idea to law, the journey can take weeks, months, or even years. Most lawmaking happens since MPs are elected. They reflect what the public wants. They introduce bills, debate, vote, and push things forward. House of Lords, they don't make final decisions, but they offer a deep review. Think doctors, scientists, lawyers, all giving expert advice to make sure that the law won't cause problems. And if the Lords try to stop the bill, the Commons can still force it through using something called the Parliament's Acts. It's like a system of checks and balances. Democracy meets expertise. Every law, from how much tax you pay to how much clean your water is, goes through this process. That is why this system matters. It makes sure no law is passed in a rush, that every voice, from people to experts to parliaments, gets heard. The UK's lawmaking process is long, it's detailed, and it's meant to protect every democracy. So next time someone says, Why does the government take so long? Now you know. It is not about delay, it's about doing things right. And that is how one idea becomes a law in one of the oldest parliament in the world. And that is all the time I had. See you next time.